Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Alexis Faye Yoga. I am so very glad that you've decided to join me today. Now, our practice today will be a quick yoga flow to help you move and feel better throughout the rest of your day. Now, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. Roll out your mat and we'll flow right into it. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another week of yoga. Sending that right foot back. Now we'll begin in our mountain pose by bringing the ankles under the knees, under the hips. We'll pick up the toes, spread them out wide, and set them down. Lifting the top of the head tall as we press through the feet, we'll lift the shoulders up to the ears. Work them back and down the spine. Now we'll draw the shoulders back by rotating the palms forward, tucking the hips, and bringing the chin in slightly. We'll close the eyes and take a few deep breaths. And with our next in-breath, we'll circle the arms up overhead, reaching tall to the ceiling. With our exhale, we'll cactus the arms, pulling the shoulder blades in to kiss at the spine. Splay the fingertips out nice and wide. With our in-breath, we'll send the hands up towards the ceiling again. And with our next exhale, we'll hinge from the waist and bow the chest forward. Inhale for a halfway lift, reaching forward with the crown of the head, flattening out the back. And with our next exhale, we'll fold forward again. Nodding the head yes, and shaking the head no, releasing out the upper body, allowing the hands and the top of the head to be heavy. We'll add a little more of a bend to the knees, and we'll start to slowly roll up our spine, ragdolling our way back towards standing. And we'll lift the shoulders up and roll them back a few times at the top of our spine. With an inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale to cactus. Inhale to reach tall. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time we'll reverse swan dive the arms, reaching them out to the sides as we lift up from the chest. Send the hands towards the ceiling. We'll interlock all fingers but our pointers. And then we'll send our fingers over to our right side. Now we can stay here with both feet planted to the earth, or we can also pick up our left and drop the toes down in front of our right leg. With an inhale, we'll move back through center. Bring the left leg in and give a little wiggling out. And then we'll move over towards our other side, picking up the right leg, bringing it out in front of the left. Reach the fingers to the left. Inhale, we'll lift back up through center, coming back to our Tadasana. With our next exhale, we'll cactus the arms. And this time, maybe add a baby back bend by lifting the chest and reaching the eyes up. Exhale to bring the chest and spine back. Inhale, send the arms up. And with our exhale, we'll swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. We'll plant the hands down and step, hop, or float our way back to a plank. Spreading the fingertips out nice and wide, we're gripping with the ends of the fingers into the mat. Now we'll start to shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga to an up dog or a cobra. Then we'll send the hips up and back for our down dog. Pedaling out the legs, wiggling out the hips. Now we'll drop the knees down towards the mat, untuck the toes, and send the hips back, trying to keep the hands planted. So we're stretching up the back. We can drop the top of the head or the forehead to the mat. And we're taking big, deep breaths here. So we're allowing the breath to help us lengthen across the back body. Pressing into the palms, we'll tuck the toes under, send the hips up and back to our down dog again. And then we'll lengthen our left leg up and back behind. Now bringing that left foot forward, we'll step it between the hands. Bringing a full breath in, and then an even larger breath back out as we drop our right knee down to the mat, untuck the toes. Sending the hips forward, we can lift the upper body up, or we can keep our hands down to the mat as we move to our low lunge. With our next exhale, we'll press the hips back behind, lengthening through the left leg and folding forward. With our inhale, we'll shift back to our low lunge, sending the hips forward, and we can reach the hands up. And we'll move back and forth a few more times with the breath. We'll move back to our low lunge, and then we'll tuck our right toes under. Now pressing into both feet to lift us up to our crescent lunge. We'll lift up a little bit taller to help us open up to our side mat, pivoting our back foot around for our warrior two. With an inhale, we'll reach up and over the body towards the back of our mat. Exhale, we'll cartwheel forward, drop the left elbow to the left knee. The right arm comes up and over. Inhale, back to the back of the mat. Reach the left hand over the body. Exhale, we'll cartwheel again, this time circling that right hand all the way around until we drop it down on the floor beside our left foot, pivoting onto the tippy toes. And then we'll send the left hand up for a gentle twist. Exhale, we'll frame out our left foot with the hands. Lift it up. Send it up and back behind, three-legged dog, to our down dog. And we'll wiggle out. Now shifting forward for our plank, pressing into the hands. Exhale, we'll chaturanga to lower to an up dog or a cobra. Then we'll send the hips up and back behind for our down dog. We'll drop the knees down to the mat. Untuck the toes, child's pose. Really softening the chest towards the floor. We'll shift forward. Tuck the toes under, send the hips up and back, down dog. And we'll pick up our right leg, send it up and back behind. Now we'll step the right foot through. Full breath in. Even larger breath back out as we drop our left knee down and tuck the toes. Inhale to our low lunge. Now we'll move back and forth with our breath again. With our exhale, moving to our half split. Soften the chest towards the right straight leg. Inhale to our low lunge. And we'll continue to move back and forth with the breath. And we'll move forward to our low lunge again. Now tucking the left toes under, we'll lift the left leg up off the mat for our crescent lunge. Now lift a little higher to help us pivot our back foot around to a 45-degree angle or a right angle. Bending back into our right knee. Warrior two. With an inhale, we'll come up and over the body, reaching the right hand to the back of our mat. Exhale to cartwheel the arms, reaching the left hand to the top. Inhale up and back. Exhale, cartwheeling again. This time we'll bring our left hand all the way up and around to plant it down beside our right foot, pivoting onto the toes of the left foot. And we'll reach the right hand up for a gentle twist. Exhale, we'll bring our right hand down, frame out our right foot. We'll send it up and back behind. Three-legged dog to our down dog. We'll wiggle out some more. Shifting forward. We'll chaturanga to an up dog or a cobra. And then send the hips up and back behind for our down dog. We'll drop the knees down to the mat and tuck the toes. We'll send the hips back, and this time we'll ragdoll our way to a seated position, dragging the hands in towards the body as we slowly lift our way till we're seated on our heels. We'll roll the shoulders back and down a few times. Now with an inhale, we'll send the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale to our cactus. Maybe a baby back bend, maybe not. Inhale to reach the hands back up. We'll bring our right hand down beside the body and send the left arm up and over. Inhale through center. Exhale to drop the left and send the right hand up and over. And we'll move back and forth one more time on each side. Back through center again. We'll walk our way forward until we find a tabletop. With an in-breath, we'll shine the chest forward, lifting the top of the head and the tailbone up. With our exhale, we'll reverse. We'll curl in towards center, tucking the hips under and bringing the chin to the chest. We'll move back and forth with the breath. And we'll move back to our tabletop. Now we're going to find some figure eights or some loop-de-loops. We'll move our chest over towards our left side and then towards the top of the mat, pressing the palms into the earth as we reach over towards our right. We'll move diagonally back towards our left heel. We'll move around to our right heel, move diagonally up towards our left hand. So we're imagining drawing the number 8 on our yoga mats with our belly buttons. Or we're imagining making loop-de-loops around our feet and around our hands. And then we'll switch directions and loop-de-loop the other way. And we'll come back to our tabletop again. Now, tucking our toes under, we'll walk the hands in slightly so our hands are right in front of our knees. Now we'll rock the hips back so that our heels come closer towards the floor, our knees come up towards our elbows, and we'll find a few rocking forward and back, dropping the knees back down to the earth, and then reaching the knees up towards the ceiling. Now we can draw the knees away from each other and the heels in a little bit closer to give us space to soften the chest between the legs as we rock forward and back. Good. We'll drop our knees down again in line with our wrists. This is going to be a pretty similar movement, but instead of rocking back, we're going to imagine a string pulling us up towards the ceiling from our mid-back. So bringing the feet in a little closer, tucking them under, bringing the knees in. And we're going to lift the knees up off the mat, bringing them up to our armpits, and then dropping them down. So we're sliding the knees up our forearms and sliding them back down. Moving a few times back and forth and gripping the earth with the hands. Good. Drop the knees the rest of the way down, untuck the toes. We'll sit back on the heels. Taking a few deep breaths here. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. And we'll bring the hands out in front of the knees again. Tuck the toes under. Rock back so the heels are a little closer to the floor. And from here, we'll make our way to standing so we can bring our hands in closer as we press down through the toes and lift us back up. Now we'll end our class with some happy elephants and then some breath work. So I'll take the feet a little wider than our normal mountain pose. Reach the arms out nice and wide. Splay the fingertips. We'll twist open towards our left side. Twist through center towards our right. And we'll twist back and forth, letting our heel lift off the mat to take some of the pressure out of the knees as we let the arms swing. And then we'll let the arms slow down and come to rest by our sides. Back to our Tadasana. Ankles under knees, under hips. We'll tuck the hips forward slightly, reaching tall through the top of the head, pulling the shoulders back by bringing the palms forward. We'll close the eyes and take a few more deep breaths here as we ground down through the earth, gripping the earth with the toes and drawing energy back up through the earth to the body. Thank you so very much for joining me today. It is always such a joy and an honor to get to spend this time with you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Go in love, go in light, go in peace, and go in joy. Now, if you have made it all the way through this practice, leave me a star emoji down below so I know that you enjoyed it and you watched all the way through. Be sure that you hit that like and subscribe button and follow the link down below to my Patreon if you would like to further support me. I really, really appreciate you.